So among many difficulties that I hear from people who are first trying to get into tying, trying to get into rope bondage, is that it's really too finicky, that there's too much of a learning curve, and that they just don't have the time. But I think that statement's really a bit of a fallacy. It says more about how they're going about the process of learning rope. Maybe they don't have time with their partners to sit and really spend that learning time when they really want to be playing with their partners, when they want to pick up and have these great experiences that kink can offer. What they're really not taking into account is how much you can learn on your own, how little you really need a partner to get started being good at rope. And that's what I'm here to talk about today, is the benefits of self-tying. The main and obvious benefit is that your body is always available to you. A tie that you can practice on your arm, on your ankle, on any part of your torso is something that you can do over and over again in the space of a couple hours. You can do it while watching TV. You can let your mind float away as you repeat those motions, as you put a single column tie, for instance, into muscle memory, which is where it really belongs as you get to more advanced levels of tying. And beyond the simple convenience of not needing a partner to tie with, you also get experience that you may not understand at first, but you learn to understand how rope feels as it goes on the body. The differences in placement, in tightness, in a lot of different factors that rope tops tend to skip over when they're applying rope to someone else. A greater understanding of these will make you a better top, hands down. The benefits of having a greater understanding of a bottom's experience, of their mindset and their physical sensations that they're experiencing, that's a topic I want to go more into later, but needless to say, that is a major benefit of self-tying. Even more important is that self-tying allows you to experiment. It allows you to take risks, to try things that may or may not work, to try configurations of knots and tension that may just fall apart without the need to be embarrassed when that happens in front of someone else. You can spend hours practicing by yourself and only really bring out the big guns, the stuff that you know is reliable, when you finally have your partner with you. And of course, like any art form or craft, there are some moments in rope that are frustrating, that are embarrassing, as you're bringing yourself up to speed, as you're learning what works and what doesn't work. You're going to have some failures. You're going to fail all over the place, and that's fine. That's great. You can do that while self-tying and never have to show any of that difficulty to the greater world if you're embarrassed about that sort of thing. Personally, I don't think it's something to be ashamed of in the first place, but if you're sensitive about your tying abilities, self-tying is really a great way to get them up to speed without having to worry about people looking and judging your work. And I know some of you are saying, well, aren't there some downsides to learning this way, to mainly learning from tying on yourself? Absolutely. The reference point that you get of tying on your own leg, for instance, is going to be completely thrown off when you finally try to abstract these techniques to someone else's body. But that doesn't mean it doesn't have value. Another obvious argument is that there are some things you just can't tie on your own body, or maybe shouldn't. A full hog tie on yourself is possible, but it's not really a good idea, especially if you're alone. That type of intricate self-bondage requires a lot of extra mechanics to get into it, and it's easy to get yourself stuck. It's much easier to practice some things on another person. But those complicated techniques that don't work on your own body often use smaller building blocks that you can learn while self-tying, and it'll give you a leg up when you finally try to learn on someone else. So yes, there are some bad habits that you can get into from constantly tying yourself, but I think the detriments of those habits are far, far outweighed by the benefit of experience. When you first get into rope, more important than the habits you learn is that you keep doing it, is that you're constantly tying. Every week, every day, every couple of hours if you can manage it. Build it into your brain, build it into your muscle memory. Repetition is your best friend when you're first starting out. You can iron out those bad habits later, and indeed find someone to teach you as you get more advanced to kind of work around some of those things, unlearn the bad habits. But as you get started, just do it. Just tie anywhere that you can, anytime you can, and it will make you a better top. I hope that this as a general message is inspiring to you, as you start to learn rope, as you look at some of the techniques from my YouTube channel, from other people's websites, especially to people who don't have a partner to practice with right now, who want to learn the skill in order to impress a partner later on. This is a great way to get started and have something that you can enjoy for yourself, whether or not you share it with someone else down the line. I would love to hear your thoughts and experiences on the topic of self-tying down in the comments below. Is it something you use as a learning tool? Is it something you do just for fun? Is it something you were advised to avoid by your mentor? Let me know. As always, my name is George with Rope Dust. If you liked what you saw, if it was insightful or helpful to you, please like and subscribe for more of the same. Have a great one.